Welcome to the Plant Food Federation. If you are new here, you are welcome. If you have been here before, it's great to have you back. Now, I've been offline for a couple of months. It wasn't intentional. I just got busy behind the scenes working on a few projects. But I'm back 100%, and I'm also excited to share with you in this video that while I was offline, I was busy working on a new ebook. And so I've published a new ebook. It's titled The Many Ways to Eat Rice. It features over 40 Nigerian-inspired, plant-based, vegan, gluten-free rice recipes and recipes that you can eat with rice. I'm really excited about this ebook because I was able to incorporate a lot of Nigerian ingredients and spices in a plant-based way. And I think rice is like one of the easiest ingredients that you can work with, whether you're plant-based or not, actually. So I'm really excited to share that with you. I will leave a link to the ebook down in the description box below. You can get it off of my website, plantfoodfederation.com. You can also get it on Amazon, on Kindle, or on paperback, depending on which one you prefer. But yes, I've written another ebook. I really hope that you enjoy the recipes when you get the book, because you're going to get the book. You want to get the book. And if you do try out any of the recipes in the book, definitely share them with me on Instagram, tag Plant Food Federation, use the hashtag PFFplate, because I'm a strong believer of changing the way and improving what ends up on your plate every day. Now, again, rice is a really simple ingredient to work with. It's really popular. There are over 40,000 varieties of rice that are being cultivated around the world. And that was one of the things that I found out while I was doing research on the topic of rice. So I've only barely scratched the surface in terms of the recipes in the ebook. I am not done with the topic of rice. It is a deep and vast topic, and I'm looking forward to sharing a lot more rice recipes with you on this channel. Now, I live in Nigeria. Rice is a big thing. You cannot have a party without rice. A party without rice is just a meeting, is what we say here. But I really do hope that you enjoy some of the recipes that are featured in the book. I've got everything from jollof rice, which most people already know about. I also included a recipe for what is called desi, which is sort of a native jollof rice. And I've gone all the way to doing crispy rice pancakes. So the book covers a wide variety of recipes that I hope that you try and get to enjoy as well. So because we're celebrating the launch of my new ebook, I thought it would be great for me to bring you a rice recipe in this video. So in this video, I feature one of the rice recipes that are in the book. It's called Left But Not Over Rice. If you've cooked over like 40 rice recipes, you're gonna have a lot of rice in the fridge. I had a lot of rice in the fridge. I had a lot of leftover rice. And I'm like, you know what? Most times when we cook rice, we cook a batch of rice. And so you're probably going to have some excess rice in the fridge, and you're probably not going to want it the same way, eat it the same way you did the first time. So this recipe is all about pulling out whatever is left over in your fridge, throwing in some easy ingredients that you should have in your kitchen or your pantry, and coming up with an amazing dish using rice that was there. This dish took me less than sort of 15 minutes to make outside of filming. So, it's really easy. You can have a meal on the table in a matter of seconds. Remember, you can get the ebook. The link is down below in the description box. And if you haven't done so already, look below this window. You will see a subscribe button. Go ahead and hit subscribe so that we can stay connected. Go ahead and tap that notification bell as well. That way, every time a new video goes up on this channel, you will get an alert. And with that said, let's head into the kitchen and try out this recipe. You are gonna love it. And by the way, one of the other things that I did while I was offline was revive my herb garden outside in my backyard. Because this lockdown, this quarantine has just raised the importance of trying to grow some of your own food. So I'm really excited to also feature mint from my backyard in this recipe as well. Anyway, enough of the talking, let's get in the kitchen. Mint is one of the many ingredients I'm growing in pots in my backyard. It's so easy to grow and it spreads pretty easily. I started with 1 pot and I think I have about 3 now. So this left but not over rice dish is all about the leftover rice, and we are going to zhuzh up this rice to make it more interesting and give it some new life. So the idea of leftover rice is just pulling out whatever you have on hand in your kitchen. So I've got some fresh mint here that I've just picked from outside. I've got some mushrooms as well, that'll give this rice a meaty texture. I've got some frozen peas. I had a lot of frozen vegetables in my freezer that I want to start using up. Some salt and pepper, some oil, got some bird's eye chili here, garlic, ginger and lemon, and that's basically it, along with spring onions. So we're just going to chop up the spring onions. I've got 2 stems here. We're going to chop both the white and the green parts. I like to be organized when I'm cooking, so I put everything in bowls before I start. Then I'm just going to chop up the chilies. I'm leaving the seeds in because I want the heat, but if you don't want heat in yours, you can just take the seeds out. Then you just want to take the stems off the mushrooms and then just chop these into large pieces. Next up, we're going to crush a couple of garlic cloves. I have 3 here. You really can put in as much or as little garlic as you like. Again, this dish is just all about using whatever you have on hand. Then I'm going to grate some ginger in here. Ginger, garlic, chilies go really well together. They're a great combination in a lot of dishes. So I'm going to squeeze the juice out of half a lemon. The lemon juice just brings all the flavors together in this dish and just give it a completely different dimension. I'm going to pull the leaves off of the stems for the mint. I'm only going to use the leaves. You can keep the stems and add them to a smoothie or use them to infuse water. Then I'm just going to chiffonade these, which is basically to slice them really thinly, sort of into ribbons. So next up we head to the cooker. I'm going to put a pan on medium heat and then I'm going to pour in the cooking oil that I have. I use avocado oil here. It's really good for high heat cooking. Then we're just going to add in the garlic, the ginger and the chilies. So giving those a good stir for a few seconds, and then once they're cooked down a little bit, you're going to add in the mushrooms. So continue to stir everything just to make sure that nothing burns. You want to keep stirring these ingredients together until the water comes out of the mushrooms a little bit. Then you're going to pour in your lemon juice, sprinkle in some salt and some black pepper and continue to stir. Then we're adding in our spring onions. And we're going to keep stirring here, and again it's just keep stirring these ingredients together. Then you're going to add in your frozen peas and just let these cook down a little bit so that again the water from the peas sort of starts to dry out. Next up, you're going to pour in your leftover rice. So you're going to pour that in and give everything a good mix. Just make sure that the rice cooks through and heats and really takes on the flavors from the rest of the ingredients. You're going to turn off the heat and then you're going to sprinkle in your mint leaves last. Now this will allow the heat from the rice and the pan to just heat through the mint without overcooking it. So there you have it, the left but not over rice. So I'm just going to go ahead and plate this in a bowl. It smells amazing. If you really try this particular recipe, you're going to love it. I'm going to add on some fresh mint leaves and that's it. This recipe is a really simple one. The idea is to use whatever you have in your fridge to zhuzh up your leftover rice. You can find this recipe and many other rice recipes in my ebook. You can get it off of the website, theplantfoodfederation.com. The link is down in the description box. And until next time, just remember that eating more plants is always a good thing to do.